Good morning. Let's see what we got here. Welcome to another installment of Wenham Forest. Let's see what we got there. Gotta get the gimbal right, baby. Then it may not be still, but let's see what we got in there. Okay. Yeah, you can. All right. Cold. You could pretty much disregard the first 2 minutes of any of these streams because I'm configuring the gimbal, McNimble. Here we are, another day in the Matrix. Matrix of the mind. Our thoughts are not our own. And this is really a hard concept to fathom or to elaborate on, but we do know that today is a full moon. Technically, the apex will be at 7 in the morning. This is the last super moon of the year. I think there's been 4. Who knows? I call it the hunter's moon. So I'm feeling extra frothy. You know, extra juice is flowing through my cerebral. And as the seasons change, all you can do is remember, literally, anything. You know, your memory is more of a bank than your bank. Those are pieces of paper, you know, that you just trade in for goods. Hey, yo, May, if you can remember just so much knowledge, so much, and incorporate it. Hey, yo, May, I know what you're doing. I see you. Then it's more valuable, you know, much more valuable than a piece of paper would ever be. Go ahead, bud. Go. Onward. Excuse me, that was an Altoid burp. The best kind. The best kind of burps. Yeah, but the leaves are turning, and I feel good about it. You know, like I said earlier, the first few minutes of this live stream are kind of shaky. I'm trying to figure out the Gimbal Mick Nimbleham. Yeah, I look forward to seeing snow, truth be told. They said there's some type of winter coming that they know about. That they swear they're not controlling. Pretty sure they said that. You know, they gave it a name. I think it's called Jack Frost. I think that's the new blizzard's name. It's gonna be here in a few months. Yeah, pretty sure. I once put a golf ball in that hole to see how long it would stay there. And somebody needed that golf ball badly. Badly. But yeah, deep breaths, looking straight ahead. Chest out, chin up. Whew. Positive thoughts, baby. That's all we have out here in Wenham Forest. This is the great escape of the proverbial concrete jungle of jungleness. It'll have you feeling like a corporate animal. You know, everything seems artificial from the food to the intelligence. Out here, it's not that. It's almost natural, in a sense. Let's check out what's over here, baby. What we got in here? Arr! Pull out into the woods. This is like a rock garden, for real. That's what this is. A lot of power in the rocks, man. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. It never gets old, you know. Certain things are like that. Surroundings, the vibe, how cold the water actually is. Yeah, you felt that in your soul, didn't you? Right back in. But yeah. Man. This is almost, the scenery out here is almost not real. Almost. Yet still. There's always a beer bottle somewhere that will remind you that the concrete jungle is close. Oh yeah, we found a feather. This is a good omen. For those that are out and about in the woods, when you find feathers, all right, bro, are you stuck? Kinda. Good omen. Good job, bro. Been finding a lot of these lately, and yet still not many at all. But the one I found the other day was huge. I'm gonna make a pen out of it, I think. That sounds about right. Oh, Wappingham. Oh, Wappingham. You know, you gotta come out here and sing and announce yourself to the woods. Let Mother Nature know your presence. Even though, you know, she knows you're here. How are we gonna get back up there is the question, huh? Plastic everywhere, bro, but look at that. Definitely a beaver dam, I would say. Wop sauce. We'll cross the proverbial Shazinski over here. And that's all you can do is find one of these places next to you, because it exists. And just go walk. You know? And when you find the sun off in the distance in that regard, you're no longer garbage. You know? Because that's really all we do is create more pieces of plastic. That's pretty much all we do. But I've noticed over the years that the sun is this impunity, right? That's higher than anything in the material realm. Literally. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing in this world higher than the sun. As the observer. Now we could say Crab Nebula 48, you know, might have some type of different power. But how do we know that that Crab Nebula exists, man? Because of a TV, right? Because of organizations that have very sketchy histories. The same people that supposedly lost the technology to go to the moon. Oh man, we don't have it anymore. So we're supposed to believe these men have the information on Crab Nebula 48. Right? Look up at that sun. That is our God. No matter what we think. Just putting that out there. They've been worshiping the sun since, well, since the sun was there. It's incredible. Hey, May. Hey, Ook. What's she doing, bro? She find a squirrel? Stay with me. I know you want to run. You'll be all right. A doe, a deer, a squirrel, or a deer. Chill, bro. All right, let's follow the tracks of the sun. Once again, that's where you'll find the heat. Hey, yo, May. Onward. Good job at finding something, man. Hey, Goober, 1 and 2, Wop Sauce. Yeah. But you know, that's the thing about the reality is sometimes you just gotta walk on a tree. You know what I'm saying? You gotta step down on that tree, baby. You know what I'm saying. See, I can find the sun from up here. It feels good. You can already see your breath out here, which is even better, in my opinion. Take a deep breath. Make a muscle in your solar plexus. And look up. And barky bark. Yeah. We've already found a feather. That's funny. But yeah, that's the reality. Is that right there is an independent energy source. And it's incredible in all its splendiferous symmetry. It's static geometry and dynamic geometry almost in the same regard. The sun. Just one huge light bulb. We're in a terrarium, and that's the light source. We can't see through the ceiling, you know? So we just see stars, and I'd say that's what just a huge TV screen up there, you know? All interconnected with squares, just to create one ultimate screen that we see as the sky. That would make sense. And if you look at this right here, hey, yo, May, come over here. Hey, yo, May Zilla. If you look at this orchestration of trees, it's easy to not notice that there's maybe 4 or 5 different trees lumped into one root, is what that is. And that's cool. That's really cool. I'm not gonna hug them or anything on camera. But yeah, it feels like Avatar out here sometimes. And I'm like an Andromedan, you know? I mean, Anunnakian blue person. What is this? You see this feather? Good omen. That feather came out of nowhere. I didn't see a white bird up there. Now that could have been a baby bird feather from hella high up. This is where yesterday that sound flew over me. Well, the 3 of us, rather. And man, it's extremely loud. The actual raw footage of that is, some of it's already on the channel, but it's probably 5 minutes of what sounds like a very large craft over top of me that isn't actually going in any specific direction. It's very strange. Very strange. Hey, yo, May. She's over here whopping. That's Whoppinator Jones right there, baby. Bruh. Wappingham. Oh, Wappingham. Just in case, you know, scragglers are up along the riverbank. They know Wappingham's in his right place. Yeah. But yeah, I don't it's not that I don't think that this is not a simulation. In many ways, how would it not be a simulation? really the ultimate question. If we're all living our own individual existence, I mean, and it's randomly generated and not a preconceived memory. Excuse me. Well, that's still somewhat based off of a simulation of sorts, a brain in a box. My cousin and I have had this argument for years because he refuses to tell me. He refused to say that the brain has enslaved the body. He'll tell you, well, the body enslaved the brain. And hey, I could be wrong. Anybody could, but you know, the brain in the box theory is really based off of where our decisions are coming from. It's like a suggestion box, right? So it's right now I'm walking forward, right? How did I get here? Decisions, you know. It was your decision to be here with me in Wenham Forest and enjoy the ambiance. Mother Nature in complete harmonic sustainability. Hey, yo, May. See, it is a farce for them to tell us that we don't have enough food, we don't have enough of a world to sustain huge populations. It's just not the truth. It's still based off of industry and what we consider to be a necessity is different from each person. But the reality is you can fit every human being on the planet in Rhode Island, the smallest state in our country. You could fit everyone and give them a piece of property. And that's how vast the earth is. You know, they talk about these motherships being the size of Texas in these science fiction, you know, ordeals. And one huge ship could have millions of people. Billions of, if that's the truth about Rhode Island, fitting everyone on the planet in one state, then for sure a mothership could have a civilization, a world, like an Elysium. That was the old name that the Greeks gave some type of intermediary place. But yeah, this is Wop Sauce extravaganza right here. And all you can do is admire the greenery. It is the Matrix. It's green. 100%. When you look at green, it changes your mind. The patterns within your eyes are based off of a light spectrum. And green is that, once again, intermediary color that allows the spectrum to come to light. Wenham Forest. Oh yeah, deep breaths. Straight ahead. Chest out, chin up. Self-motivation. That's how that works. Hey, yo, May. Hey, Wop Sauce. Yeah, these trees look like they're shedding, truth be told. That right there is beautiful. It's very large. You'd have to be here to see how large it is. Shedding trees. Wop Sauce. At that moment in history. Is this a dream? Has this already happened before? I would say absolutely. And that's all you can surmise, is to strive as a theologian to philosophize the inner origins of the creative mind. Now, you must alleviate the physical world. You must, in some way, transcend the material realm to unlock that inner eye, so to speak. And looking straight ahead, looking up, deep breath, positive thoughts, you will find that knowledge bearer. It's wild because I love reading, truly. But the majority of the time you're looking down. You know, you're looking down when you're reading. I would say sitting down and looking down at the same time are the worst things for you. You know? Pacing the floors with your eyes closed is probably, man, it's dangerous, but, you know, more conducive. Maybe looking up, yeah. Looking up and pacing the floors, much better than sitting at a desk, looking down at curriculum that may not be conducive to intelligence, you know, and that's, I know we're about a half hour into the stream. I'm getting my bearings, feeling good, looking good. I welcome you all. There's nothing that can take the place of visual spectrum of green. That's what this is. Saturation. But way off in the distance, up in that trail, is the truth. See, they know it. Hey, yo. See, throwing your voice is just as powerful as, well, anything. Throwing your voice and having one. It's incredible. What a mindset. Hey, yo, May. Yeah, she knew the truth was way further out there, but that's cool. So today is a full moon. This evening, and it'll reach its apex at 7 o'clock in the morning. This supermoon. I advise everyone to force yourself to look at this moon early in the morning. Force yourself to analyze, psychoanalyze the lunar module known as the moon. Set an alarm if you have to, and put yourself in the moment with the moon. Synchronize the hyper focus that you're capable of, right? Stare at this moon as hard as you can and sear it in your mind. And remember this. If you can't do this, or you won't do this, then you should never look at a TV again. Because the square of the TV is the most unnatural shape that exists. There are no squares out here in this Wenham Forest setting whatsoever. None. Right? So the TV gets seared into our mind. We stare at it for hours and hours and hours. Whether it's the square cell phone or the TV, it's all a square. You don't see any TVs that are circular for some reason. But it may be because they might actually be good for you. Hey, yo, Mayzilla. Every time I pass this in this reoccurring dream of my matrix, I have to stop at this tree where I found this translucent being that's on the channel. It's an incredible video. It is. Me going up into this tree and finding essentially a creature that you can't describe. Come here, May. Now, it looked like a variation of orbs and some type of eye symmetry. Hey, May, Sadie, come over here, man. Just stay here with me for a second, honey. Got you. See, up there, up the top, is where the other dogs are, I guarantee it. But up here, man, bruh, up into this tree right here, you're talking about a legit entity. It's incredible, you know. That video, no one has been able to solidify whether it's fungus or chupacabra. Nobody knows, you know. What do you think, bruh? In his mind, you don't want to know what he thought. You don't want to know what that dog thought. Yeah. More sophisticated than you look, bruh. I tell you that. Wop sauce. Extra foamy Shazinski ham Wop Saucington. Yes, yes. Out here in Wenham Forest. The next dimension is attainable. And without the observer, does the observable world exist? And that adds to the old saying, well, if a tree falls in the woods, like this one did. This is a very large tree that fell. If a tree falls in these woods and no one's here, did it fall? Right? That is enormous. For reals. I'd like to think that some giant troll with a 20-foot axe was ornery that day. Yes. There's a noise off in the distance that was very strange. I can say that. Yeah, you heard that, didn't you, little May? For reals. But I welcome you all to Wenham Forest. And I'm sure there's a place like this near you, somewhere, that will allow you to escape the enslavement of the day-to-day slavery. It's crazy. Hey, yo, May. If you think about the reality of May, come here, man. Come over here. She's way too far up there. Come here, May. Come on, man. See this bird right here? This bird chilling? That's cool. Yeah, up there is where other dogs are and things like that. You got to stay with me, sweetheart. I see you way up there. All right? But yeah, that sun feels great. This is the entrance to the second half, somewhat, of Wenham Forest. And what you have here is a moment to enjoy the sun for what it is. Don't look at it, too much, but just enough to understand. And that's the reality. It's easy to just not look at the sun ever. Oh man, I don't want to be in it. Some people vamp too hard, man. That's what that is. The breeze out here is beautiful. Man, Wop Sauce. Extra McFlopping ham. Man, doesn't even matter where you're at over here. It's just a vicious vibe of viciousness and ferocity. Put your little leash on, son. Yeah, we're just out here going into, a good vibe mode. That's all it is, man. That's all it is, man. Just accepting that the Matrix is omnipresent. I mean, it surrounds us. Whoever created the Earth is an architect on an intergalactic level. And if not, then really what it is a projection. It's a light projection of our mind, which would make sense. Go ahead. It just begs the question of how we're all seeing it at the same time, but I think we're all seeing something different. Like the green I'm seeing is not the green you're seeing. And that's an incredible thought in itself. See, when you find that sun in between the trees, man, it's welcome. 100%. But this is Wenham Forest, and I'll be venturing to different parts of it when the weather changes just a little bit more, man. You know, because the leaves haven't turned yet, and when it's green like this, man, the serenity you achieve is extra Wop Sauce. This is nice, man. Deep breath, chin up, chest out, make a muscle, positive thoughts, self-motivation, you know? And there's nothing else that exists. You're either on your feet or you're in your bed. And you can meditate in either position to some extent. Now, you don't want to get caught daydreaming behind the wheel. And that's easy to do when you get so deep into the intensity of the mind. You'll lose yourself in the moment. So some car just stopped on the other side of the river, just pulled up. I don't know if you can see that car sitting there. But I've been out here 1,000 times and I've never seen that. Just right where I'm walking, a car just pulls up on me like that from across the river. Always remember, just because they tell you you're paranoid doesn't mean you're not being watched. You know? But I'll continue because I don't have time to look at it like that. But it pulled up hard. For me to be able to hear it from over there, yeah, there's no business or anything that needs to be. You know what I mean? But the seasons are changing. However, the earth still needs to. Autumn is a beautiful thing. It really is. Hey, May, come here. May, come on. May, come on. Sadie, come on. Sadie, come on. Come on. There's people up here with dogs. Come on, run. Come on, run. Run. There's so many dogs up there. Come on. I knew something was coming. I'm telling you, I knew this was Sadie. Come on, baby. Come on. Keep going. See, out here in Wenham Forest, Rottweilers will attack other people's dogs. Come on. should have a safe enough distance. We're good. Yeah, anyway. It was like 3 or 4, I think. Maybe at least 3 dogs, man. I'm happy you turned around. Little May did a good job back there. This Rottweiler is vicious, man. He looks cute and cuddly. And looks can be deceiving. Always remember that. Right here in this very spot. Actually, ironically enough, he attacked 2 Siberian Huskies. And I could only hear the woman screaming from a distance. I ran up to him. She's on the ground trying to pull the dogs off each other. And this one here had one of the Huskies' heads in its mouth. I mean, he's canine Maximus, dog. Anyway, back to the trail. Felt good to jog. Very good to jog. Pollution. Just do your part. Yeah. Come on. Come on, walk forward. I know there's a dog there for sure. For sure, Ski. Out here, we're just trying to break the space-time continuum into pieces. Incremental moments of, not brainwashed, but a positive sense of harmonious accomplishment, right? Man, jogging like that felt incredible. That might be a new thing between the 3 of us. I just have to do that. Which is an old thing, really. What are you thinking, bro? Yeah, keep going. I know you're stalling. How this works, bro. That cinder block is so out of place. It's kind of like me. That's how I feel in the concrete jungle. Perfect example of the opposite effect. Yeah. Yeah, those were golden retrievers, by the way. They were big. I wouldn't have been able to see. I wouldn't have seen those dogs if they weren't so large, man. It was way up there. I know we are 50 minutes into the stream. I welcome you all out here whopping, breathing, stretching, you know. Extra ham sauce. This passageway right here will never get old. It is the symmetry of nature. Such an cryptic level. Time to roast a bone right here. in this very yeah, the very moment. Yeah. Man, we got a like. Let's go, baby. I didn't even. Man, that's awesome. We got a like. That's it's big time. Yeah. Big time. But right there, man, is the tree line of incredible nature. There's that incredibly powerful sphere, cylindrical obstruction that really isn't a detriment of one, but magnanimous, prolific. It just moved. What's that? Check that out, bro. I don't know if you can see it on your side, the color scheme. It almost looks like an angel. Is anyone else seeing the angel in this? I know I'm not crazy right now, bro. It's like a head and then two wings. At least on my end. You know? And then the tree just moved. This is a great moment. You know? It really is. Feels good on my face. I'm gonna take some videos of this moment outside of the stream. Maybe all over. It changed. Man, for a second there. The incredible nature of the sun is underrated. If you've ever had to go without seeing the sun for an extended period of time, you'll realize what I'm talking about. It's so incredible. And what's even more wild is that here's the thing about the moon. So when we have an eclipse, right? So the sun blocks out the moon, right? Or the moon blocks out the sun, excuse me. Just for a moment. That sounds like a clock. Sounds like essentially what that means is that moon has to go in front of the sun at some point. Just like a clock has to strike certain points. To think of that being blocked out. No, I was out here during the eclipse. I think it was last year. It was incredible because the shadows in the woods really dissipated on many levels. Very strange to see, you know, at 2 o'clock in the daytime, all the shadows of the trees change. I mean, very strange. Very strange. Man, it feels good out here. I can't state it enough, man. gonna let you off this leash, bro. Go forward. Go. Go. You're free. And we can all just hope to be that, you know, free. Free of the concrete jungle that binds us with TPS reports. Free. Yeah, deep breath, chest out, chin up, positive thoughts, eyes forward, make a muscle. That's all you have to do is remember that. Just do it all day long. Anytime you think about it, right? All day long, no matter what, you know? Hear the trees against each other. You know, it begs the question about noise, because it would have had to have been created before our ears. You would think, you know, our ears weren't created and then noise. And that's, you know, all these aliens they talk about and they show us, humanoids or whatever, they all have ears. They all have noses, little slits maybe, but at least ears and eyes. So these are senses, and these are, in a way, they all have hands. But then if you go further, they all have the star pattern of, I think it was Da Vinci. Da Vinci drew the pattern that we all make up. It's a star, two legs, two arms, hands, two eyes. You know, this is the thing. So you got to ask yourself, what was created first? Sound or your ears? And the answer is only obvious if you negate the fact that we may have attained the ability to hear as a defense mechanism. So I would say not everything, just as a snake can't actually see, right? Snakes, they sense body heat, you know? So what you have is vibrational tones that our ears pick up. That sounds like a frequency. So it's a brain wave, but it's a frequency wave, right? So if you sing, right? You can hear the vibration move. I would say it just keeps going. It would have to, unless there's a barrier that is up in the sky called the cosmic web, I think, that's keeping something from going up there. You know, I would say that's the truth. There's some type of cosmic web above us that maybe even keeping us from going, you know? Otherwise, we'd all be leaving our bodies. Wop Sauce. Now, this has been a Wappingham adventure. We did a stream for an hour. I'll be back tomorrow, if not later today. I love you all. Always remember, love yourself.